I'm saucing on you. I'm swagging, oh. I'm ballin', I have a song on you.
Hey everybody, it's me Marquita, and I am here to do, thank you. I am here to do Vlogtober day 2. I just did day 1 because I made one yesterday, but I really wasn't happy with it. Today's is about a very important subject. It's very serious.
It's sad?
Well, it is sad a little bit.
About Granny?
No. It's about neurological absent syndrome. Am I saying that right, Gary? Hold on. I'll be back. Sorry, guys. I am back. Neurological absent syndrome. N.A.S. for short. And if y'all never heard of it, I wouldn't say you're lucky. Sorry, still got the raspy voice.
Mama, yummy mama.
I wouldn't say that you're lucky not to have heard of that, or you might have heard of it and did not know what it was called. N.A.S. is, in October, is N.A.S. Awareness Month. And what it is babies, innocent little babies, being born addicted to opioids, being addicted to alcohol, or having alcohol syndrome. I forgot what it's called. Anyhow, it's sad. It's sad. It is sad. Because it is now 1 in 5 kids born today. 1 in 5. Today. Born to alcohol. Or born addicted, I should say. Born addicted to opioids or alcohol. And I wanted to just I'm going to read you the withdrawal symptoms of an adult withdrawing off of opioids and withdrawing off of alcohol. Withdrawal symptoms in adults: nausea, muscle cramping, depression, aggressiveness, anxiety, and craving opioids or opioid cravings. That's what basically what an adult body goes through when they are detoxing. Why don't you just drink my juice? Because my juice is already open, Savannah. You know what? Here. Excuse me, everybody. There. Don't spill it. Okay? So that's what an adult goes through. And I wouldn't wish any of that on anybody. But that, them going through that is actually laughable when you think about what kids, what babies are going through. And they did not voluntarily take these drugs, these alcohol. They did not ask to be conceived and born. So let's read what babies, innocent babies, babies that are addicted before they are born, babies that can't fend for themselves. So let's just read what the babies go through. Hold on for a second. Okay, sorry. Withdrawal symptoms for babies. Tremors. Trembling, meaning shaking. Uncontrollable, shaking. Irritability, excessive crying. Sleeping problems. High-pitched crying. Tight muscle tone when they're stiff. So immediately they can hold their head up. But it's not because, they're born geniuses. They can hold their head up because their muscles are so tight that their head will not fall. These are from birth. These are from birth. I'm talking about minute 1. Hyperactivity reflux. Is that the GERD, the acid reflux? Is that what that is? Hypertension, hyperactivity reflexes. No, that's when they're just sitting there and all of a sudden they just move. That's what that means. So not only are they shaking, usually when they're crying, they scream because they're in pain. Seizures. Yawning, stuffy nose, and sneezing. Now, some babies do sneeze and have stuffy nose when they're born, but it's not, and I'm not saying if the baby is born like a baby that's not addictive, if it's born and it's sneezing and it's sneezing and it's nose is stuffy, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, that baby's addicted. No, because I know that happens when the baby is born too fast. This is for a non-addictive baby. When the baby is born too fast, meaning that the labor is like super fast, and then they come out, and it did not have time to get all that squeezed out of his lungs. So by default, it will have stuffy nose because it's still, I don't know what that is. What do you know what that's called when before they're born, that plugs up their nose? Because it's something like, if y'all know what I'm talking about, it's where, they got something that while they're in utero, that they won't inhale the fluid. So they are born with something that prevents them from inhaling the fluid because, water or fluids. So that's usually like when babies are born, too fast. Their bodies didn't have a chance to basically being squeezed to come out of the cervix. It didn't have that. So yes, by default, it is stuffy because it didn't get squeezed out. And yes, they're sneezing because there's something in their nose and in their throat. But so that does not mean that that baby's addicted. That just means the baby was born too fast. And it's very common in C-section babies because they don't go through the birth canal to squeeze that out. So it's very common in C-section babies. But yeah, so these babies are yawning because they're trying to get oxygen to their brain. Their nose are stuffy. They're sneezing because their body is not working right to help it push it out of them. Poor feeding or sucking, meaning the baby does not latch well. And so it has problems latching or having a strong latch, breastfeeding or bottle feeding. It doesn't matter. It can happen in both. And it's usually the back of the tongue. If I am remembering right, the back of the tongue is not strong enough for the baby to get a good latch. That's what that means. Poor feeding and sucking. Vomiting. Yeah. I mean, it is withdrawing. It is withdrawing. Diarrhea. It is withdrawing. It is withdrawing. Dehydration. That's funny because sorry. They would say, call your doctor if you experience dehydration, and that was the next thing. And so I said it. Sorry, this is not funny. The TV's on. But yeah, where in the dehydration is the body is trying, like through the formula, is trying to get as much hydration from the formula, but it's like excess thirstiness, basically. It cannot get enough, and so it's dehydrated, which can affect the kidneys. And, sweating. Yeah, sweating. The co-sweats for adults. Sweating for babies. Same difference. And fever are unable to stabilize their temperature. Now, naturally, babies, for a good 2 weeks, I think they said, can't regulate their body temperature. But with N.A.S. babies, it's a few months. It's a few months. So, if you remember me reading the adults, they have aggression. Oh, the adults, they have cold sweats. Oh, the adults are depressed. Oh, the adults, da 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 da. like I said, their list is laughable. The baby's list, these withdrawal symptoms in babies and innocent children that were not asked to be conceived, that was not asked to be addicted to drugs. This is where these poor babies go through the first day. The first day of being born. This ain't like, okay, they're born and it slowly comes on. No. From day one, from minute one, from hour one. These babies are in physical pain. And if you know anything about withdrawal, or if you heard anything about withdrawing, they say some people, when they go through detox, and these are adults, it kills them. So just imagine what it's doing to a baby, that their body are not strong enough. If an adult body is not strong enough to withstand withdrawals from these same drugs, how do you think a baby's body? Come on. I mean, babies. Like babies that literally just came out of the womb goes through these withdrawal symptoms. These babies go through all this pain. And it don't just last like a week. This can last years. This can last years. And okay, let's say, Hannah, if you don't move, you almost kicked my food over. And let's say that when the baby's born, the baby has excessive crying, and the baby has vomiting and diarrhea, and then it gets better. Okay? Oh, you think, yes, the baby's better. A week later, can get them symptoms all over again. Or it could be new symptoms. Symptoms that didn't happen on day one. Let's say seizures and sleep problems. It wasn't like when it was born, it didn't have sleep problems. When it was born, it didn't have seizures. Well, go sit on the bed. Go sit on the bed. So, these could come later, and you never know if babies are going to get one, all, or none. You never know if they're going to have it from day one or 10 years from now. You never know when they're going to be affected, how it's going to affect them. Because right now, science cannot tell you if your baby is going to have withdrawal symptoms from your selfish partying. Now, I will say, if you did not know that you were pregnant and you were dipping into doing it and having fun, and then as soon as you found that you was pregnant, that you did the steps to get off of it, because that's another catch-22 in the thing. You could do it for like the first 2-3 months of your pregnancy, right? And then you find out that you're pregnant. Your natural instinct is, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. Let me stop. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Because say your baby is now used to getting this drug every day for 3 months of the beginning of its gestational life period. If you stop cold turkey, that baby that is in utero can die. So you're thinking, and you're probably saying, okay, well, like, I have to get off because it's going to hurt the baby. Yeah, but if you do get off, it can also hurt the baby. So there's no win-win situation. No win-win situation. Because if you find out that you're pregnant and you already been heavy into it, a doctor would tell you, you can't stop. You have to wing yourself off of it. Now that is an option, which is, I think they use Suboxone and Suboxone. I know they use that here in Tennessee. Suboxone and Subutex. I don't know what they use in other states, but I can speak for at least Knoxville. That they use Subutex and Suboxone to wean you off, so that after you have the baby, they typically want you to breastfeed. But if you don't breastfeed, that is all right, because they will prescribe the baby the droplets of either the Suboxone if you're at a lower dose, or if you're at a high dose when the baby is born, they will take your baby to UT Hospital, which is freaking sad. Because here in Knoxville, it is so many babies addicted to drugs that are born addicted that they literally, basically, had to build a new hospital just for them. Like Children's Hospital. You go there, they literally have a N.A.S. wing, and it is a separate building that has 3 floors. 3 floors. And the only thing that is on them 3 floors are intensive care hospitals for babies that is withdrawing. 3 floors. That's separate from the hospital. They built a new building because that's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Like I said, what adults go through based on what kids go through, if you know that you're pregnant,
at least get medical help.
At least get medical help. I mean, try to give this baby all the fighting chance that you can. Because I'm not, and I know somebody out there, and it may be not, but somebody's probably saying, well, just don't do drugs at all. I'm not going to tell nobody how to have fun. Because how you have fun may not be the way that I have fun. But you are an adult and I'm an adult. We're not even talking about you. We're not talking about you. We're talking about these babies. And if you know that you're pregnant, go get help. And like I said, you find out that you're pregnant. I know, and if you have a conscience, I should say, your first thought is, oh my gosh, I got to stop these drugs instantly. Cold turkey. But when you stop cold turkey and you're going through withdrawals, so is your baby. Your baby is stopped cold turkey. Your baby is going through them withdrawals. Like you. In utero. And could die. You can have a miscarriage or a stillborn birth. So, hopefully this helped. Hopefully I was not too aggressive, because I love babies and I love children, and I want them to have nothing but the best beginning, middle, and end of their life. of their childhood, or all the way up until where you're a legal adult, and then you can do whatever you want to do. But while you are a child, I feel like the world should bend over backwards. And that's the whole globe. That's the whole earth. And if there's life form on any other planet, that whole planet, bend over backwards to help a child. And and that makes me go into, the babies that are hungry. Like I tell people, I would never turn nobody away for food unless, and I would never turn a child away. But like, if you have like $600 in one day, and then like I have $20 and I'm fixing dinner and you ask me for something to eat, because I'm fat, I will not deny you, but I'm going to be side-eyeing you, and I'm going to be like, okay, you just had $600 and you don't have no bills. What'd you do with that $600? I'm not going to count your pockets. But I am going to be wondering, okay, you just had $600. I have 20. I made my $20 work, stretch for like maybe 2 meals. But your $600 couldn't stretch for like a couple meals. So hopefully y'all like this. I wanted to show you one more graph. I will be putting all these graphs at the end of the video, but hold on. Okay. Here is another timeline thingy that I got off Google. It says opioid withdrawal timeline. First, and I don't know if it's got some hours beside it, but because I just took a picture of a picture, I can't see it because it's blurry. But it starts off vomiting, then sweating, nausea, running nose, dilated pupils, watery eyes. And then it goes to anxiety, insomnia, and localized pain. And then all symptoms slowly fade, feeling of wellness returns. That's the timeline that they have. And I will try to find it because it got the times like, for like the first 12 hours or something like that. And I will try to find that because I think that's very important to see. And this is based on an adult. This is not a child. This is based on an adult. So I will try to find you find the date, the times, so that you understand what I'm talking about. Sorry guys. Okay, it says clinical timeline for N.A.S, neurological absence syndrome. It shows heroin frequency 4 to 80%, onset 24 to 48 hours, duration 8 to 10 days. Methadone 13 to 94%, onset 48 to 72 hours, duration 30 plus days. Barbiturates, I think that's what that word is. I'm sorry if it's not. It's just what it be. I don't know. And then Gary, can you come and read this word? Because I want to say the right word. I don't think it's barbiturates.
Oh.
That one, it starts with a B.
buprenorphine. Buprenorphine or something like that.
I don't know what that word is.
It's gonna be like something like a, something like a morphine.
Maybe that's what it is. It's 22 to 67%, 36 to 60 hours. Duration for 28 plus days. Prescription opioids is 5 out of 20%. Onset 36 to 72 hours. It can last 10 to 30 days. Non-opioids. SSRIs. I don't know what that is. Which is 20 to 30%, 24 to 48 hours, 2 to 6 days. TCA and then S, 20 to 50%, 24 to 48 hours, 2 to 6 days. Methylprednisone. I don't know what that. I don't think that's methylprednisone. I just put the little thing in. I don't think that's what it is, but I'll put it at the end of the video. Inhalants, 48%, 24 to 48 hours, 2 to 3 days. So I guess maybe like gas or paint. I don't know. I don't know what that is. It just says inhalants. But yeah, so I will try to put all them things at the end of the video, and hopefully y'all get there. Hopefully I did not rant and rave too long. I do apologize. But this is like, it's very important because some adults choose to do this, but the babies don't. That's my main message. Babies don't choose to do drugs. It's forced up on them.